So do you also wish to add IndiaMART leads to Google Sheets automatically? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to add IndiaMART leads and inquiries to Google Sheets for online yoga and meditation classes. So over here I'm running an online yoga and meditation classes, and we use IndiaMART to get more leads for our business. So now what I want is that as soon as a new lead is received through my IndiaMART account, automatically I want to add that lead details into my Google Sheets without any manual efforts. So to do this, we are going to create a connection between IndiaMART and Google Sheets. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So do you also wish to learn this process step by step? Then let me take you to my computer screen.
Welcome to my screen, everyone. So as you know, in this video we are going to understand how to add IndiaMART leads and inquiries to Google Sheets for online yoga and meditation classes. So as you know that I manage an online yoga and meditation business, and we use IndiaMART to reach our potential clients seeking wellness services. So to keep the track of all the inquiries, we want to set up an automation that automatically adds new lead and inquiries from IndiaMART directly into our Google Sheets without any manual efforts. This procedure captures the details like client name, contact information, and their specific interest. Having all leads in centralized Google Sheets helps us to stay organized, quickly follow up with the potential clients, and tailor our communication on their needs. So, but as you know, that IndiaMART doesn't provide any native connection in order to add the details in Google Sheets. So, in order to create a connection between our IndiaMART account and our Google Sheets, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. And as I've already mentioned in my introduction, that it is an amazing automation software. So, yes, to do this, I've already opened the landing page of Pabbly simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy. So as soon as we're going to open the landing page of Pabbly, we're going to get two options. One is sign in and the other one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of hours free every month. But over here, I'm an existing user, so I'm going to click on sign in. And as soon as I'm going to click on sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here, you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications, which is IndiaMART and Google Sheets. So I'm going to click on access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connect's account. And as soon as we're going to click on access now, it is opening my dashboard. And to start with this automation, we are going to click on this button which says create workflow. And now it is asking me the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So with here, I want to save the workflow in this folder which is automations, and I want to name my workflow as how to add IndiaMART leads and inquiries to Google Sheets for online yoga and meditation classes. And then we're going to click on create, and as soon as we're going to click on create, it is opening the most important window for automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the trigger is the commander for the workflow and actions follow the commands. And as you know that we can have only a single commander but multiple followers. So over here we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger. And by this you can finally understand that the actions are response towards the commands given by our trigger. And in order to start with our automation, we have to select our trigger application. So for my trigger application, I'm going to select it as IndiaMART because I want that as soon as a new lead is received through my IndiaMART account, automatically my workflow should be triggered or started. And now it is asking me for the trigger event. So for the trigger event, we are going to select it as new leads. And as soon as I'm going to select the trigger event, it is giving me a webhook URL. So we're going to use this same webhook URL in order to create a connection between our IndiaMART account and our Pabbly's workflow. So what we're going to do is I'm going to copy this webhook URL and then we're going to follow these steps. And it is saying log into your IndiaMART account, navigate to the lead manager section in the left tab, go to import export leads. From there, go to three dots and then click on I am leads push API. Choose other in the select source option and enter Pabbly Connect in the CRM platform name. Okay, so yes, we are going to follow the same. I'm going to open my IndiaMART account, and as you can see that this is the same. And now from the left side of the bar, we have to go on this lead manager, and after coming on this lead manager, you can see three dots and then import export leads and then push API. And as soon as I'm going to open this push API, you can see push API integration. It is asking me to select the source. Over here, as it said that choose other in the select source option. Okay, so we're going to follow the same. For the source, I'm going to keep it as other. And as soon as I'm going to select the source, it is asking me for the CRM platform name and webhook listener URL. So again, it mentioned that enter Pabbly Connect in the CRM platform name. Okay, so we're going to follow the same for the CRM platform name. We are going to keep it as Pabbly Connect. And now it is asking me for the webhook listener URL. So we're going to paste the URL which we copied from our workflow and click on Save Details. And as soon as I'm going to click on Save Details, it is asking me for the reason. Why do I wish to shift my IndiaMART leads to any another application? So for me, the reason is I can easily assign leads to my sales team and manage their performance. You can select any of the reason of your choice. And after selecting the reason, we are going to click on this button which says click to generate OTP. And now it has successfully sent me an OTP, so I'm going to enter it. And after entering this OTP, we are going to click on this button which says submit. And as soon as we're going to click on submit, yes, you can see that we have successfully created this integration. You can see integration live. So yes, with this we have successfully connected our IndiaMART account with our Pabbly's workflow. But now it is saying waiting for a webhook response, and in the notes it is saying now log into the application where I've added the webhook URL and do a test submission/record. So in order to capture this webhook response and test our webhook URL, we are going to capture a webhook response right over here. And in order to capture this response, I'm going to put my CRM push API again, and as you can see, test your webhook listener URL button. So I'm going to click on this button right over here, and as soon as I'm going to click on this, you can see a button of test right over here. So I'm going to click on this test, and as soon as I'm going to click on this test, you can see that we have received the curl request header. This means that we have successfully tested this webhook URL, and this also means that IndiaMART has sent the details of the webhook response to our workflow. So I'm going to put my workflow and check that if Pabbly has captured the webhook response or not. And yes, you can see that Pabbly has captured a response right over here, which is the webhook response. So yes, over here you can see the subject is requirement for empty mineral water bottles. So you must be wondering that this is not related to our service, right, which is online yoga and meditation classes. So because I'm using a test IndiaMART account, so I receive a default response. And if you're using a live IndiaMART account, you're going to receive the details of your lead right over here. Okay, so you're going to receive the details which are related to your services only. But over here I've received the test, dummy, or the default details, right? So over here you can see all the details received. You can see the subject, you can see the sender's date, pin code, you can see the phone number, you can see the sender's name. Over here you can see the sender's mobile number. We are going to move on forward. Over here you can see the sender's address and many another details. So yes, after receiving all of these details, with this we have successfully completed our trigger step. And now what will happen is that as soon as a new lead is received from my IndiaMART account, automatically Pabbly is going to capture the response and trigger this workflow. So now what I want is I want to add IndiaMART leads and inquiries to Google Sheets, right? So for that I'm going to select my action application as Google Sheets. I'm going to search for Google Sheets right over here, and as you can see Google Sheets, so we are going to select it. And after selecting Google Sheets, it is asking me for the action event. So here we are going to select the action event as add new row and then click on connect. And as soon as I'm going to click on connect, it is asking me to add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already connected your Google Sheets account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and then we have to click on this button which says sign in with Google. And as soon as we want to click on sign in with Google, it is going to ask me to select my Gmail account. And after selecting my Gmail account, it is asking me for some permissions. So what we are going to do is I'm going to click on allow and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for, because my data is secure with Pabbly. You can also click on allow, Pabbly is safe. And as soon as we're going to click on allow, yes, you can see authorization successful. With this, we have successfully connected our Google Sheets account with our Pabbly's workflow. And now it is asking me to select the spreadsheet. In which spreadsheet do I want to add these lead details? So here you can see the name of my spreadsheet is new leads and inquiries. So we're going to select the same right over here, which is new leads and inquiries. And after selecting the spreadsheet, we are going to select the sheet which is sheet 1. And now it is asking me for the name, phone, sender's address, and then inquiries. So here you can see that these are the same details which we have entered in the columns, right? So we're going to enter the lead details right over here one by one, but we are not going to enter it manually, but instead we are going to map it. So you must be wondering what is mapping, right? So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected IndiaMART as our trigger application. So we're going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as we're going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. So over here I'm going to give you an example that it is asking me for the name, right? So let's suppose we're going to enter the name right over here manually by typing it like this. Then this will not change with every new response received because this is a static information and I've entered it manually. But if we're going to map this from the previous response, suppose I'm going to look for name in the previous response, and as you can see, Prabhat. So let's suppose we're going to map this from the previous response, then this will definitely change because my previous response will also change. So that's why we do mapping right over here to run our workflow in real time. And now it is asking me for the phone. So as we map the name, we are going to map the phone, sender's address, address and inquiries too. Okay, so I'm going to look for phone in the previous response, and as you can see phone, which is this, so we're going to map it. We're going to map the sender's address too. I'm going to look for address in the previous response, and as you can see the same, so we're going to map it. And now it is asking me for the inquiry, so here we are going to map the query message. So I'm going to look for message in the previous response, and as you can see that this is the query message, so we're going to map it. And after mapping all of these details, we are going to click on this button. It says save and send as request, and as soon as you're going to click on this button, yes, you can see that we have received the positive response that we have successfully added these details into our Google Sheets. So I'm going to open my Google Sheets and check for the details added, and yes, you can see the details have been added. You can see the name Prabhat, you can see the phone, the sender's address, and the inquiry added. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow. And now what will happen is that as soon as a new lead is received from my IndiaMART account, automatically the details would be added into my Google Sheets without any manual efforts. We don't have to come back in again to our workflow and click on save and send as request. Automatically this is going to run in backend. So yes, I'll just summarize this workflow for you once. So for the trigger application, we selected IndiaMART. For the trigger event, we selected new leads. For the action application, we selected Google Sheets, and then for the action event, we selected add new row, because I wanted that as soon as a new lead is received from my IndiaMART account, automatically the details for the same should be added to my Google Sheets. Over here you can see we were successful with our workflow too. So yes, this was it for the video, and if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching.
So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can integrate many more applications. So if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.